Guys, welcome to this week's news and reviews. You are here with your lovely host, Jay Cotts, as I bring you a few more unfortunate layoff stories, a big cancellation in gaming, and the phenomenal sales of a game only known as Palworld, or Pokemon with Guns. Let's get straight to it. Another week, another company with unfortunate layoffs. Last week we made an episode noting that over 2,500 jobs have been cut already this year, and we are only into week 4. Unfortunately, the sting wasn't severe enough, as Unity, which was last week's biggest contributor to the total, adding 1,800 jobs, or 25% of its workforce, are in second place as Microsoft announces 1,900 jobs are to be axed. The newly merged Microsoft with Activision Blizzard King is looking to shed 1,900 jobs out of their 22,000 strong team. Phil Spencer, head of Microsoft Gaming, said that the leadership of Microsoft Gaming and Activision Blizzard is committed to aligning on a strategy and an execution plan with a sustainable cost structure that will support the whole of our growing business. Together, we've set priorities, identified areas of overlap, and ensured that we're all aligned on our best opportunities for growth. Alongside the announcement, President of Blizzard Entertainment Mike Ybarra has announced on Twitter that today will be his last day at Blizzard Entertainment. Ybarra, an industry veteran who previously spent 22 years at Microsoft, initially joined Blizzard in late 2019 as a general manager and executive vice president. He rose to the position of president in a few months back in February 2022. A new president is set to be in place by the end of the week, and Matt Booty, head of Microsoft game content and studios, mentioned that Ybarra was not part of the layoffs and chose to leave Blizzard. However, Jason Schreier of Bloomsburg recalls in an interview at BlizzCon in November that Ybarra said, "Ybarra told me that he wanted to stay for the long haul. Someone will drag me out of Blizzard," Ybarra told me. "That's how long I will be here." Jason also notes that people at the impacted companies tell me that as of right now, they don't know who are losing their jobs. Another departure resulting from the layoffs is that of Chief Design Officer Alan Adam, one of the original co-founders of Blizzard Entertainment all the way back in February 1991, when it was still known as Silicon and Synapse. Adam had previously left the company in 2004 and returned in 2016, being made once again part of the company's leadership team in 2018. Adam was an executive producer. Hey guys, if I can ask for a favor, most of you who watch my YouTube channel are not yet subscribed or press the like button. Trust me, it will help me out more than you know, and I aim to earn it. So please hit the like button to help the YouTube algorithm to promote my videos into the future and to see more gaming content and yours truly. Thank you for your time and your support. Now, on with the episode. Continuing on the layoffs, we have 530 employees being let go at Riot Games, or about 11% of its staff globally. Teams outside of their core development are said to see the biggest impact. Digital game publishers are struggling to grow as audiences hold off on buying expensive titles or stick to fewer games amid high inflation. Their CEO, Dylan Jada, said that today we're a company without a sharp enough focus, and simply put, we have too many things underway. Some of the significant investments we've made aren't paying off the way we expected them to. Our costs have grown to the point where they're unsustainable. The changes will allow Riot to focus on its portfolio of live games such as League of Legends, Valorant, Teamfight Tactics, and Wild Rift. Riot will stop new game development under Riot Forge, which had a lot of promise, and drop some staff and features in Legends of Runeterra. According to Jason Schreier over on Twitter, Riot's severance package for laid off employees is one of the best I've ever seen, but Riot also had a strict return to office policy, which means that over 500 people may now have to uproot their lives for new jobs, one of the main reasons people have been leaving the video game industry. At least they had good compensation, but let me say that I won't be the first to say that this sucks. But after the boom in gaming and huge employment numbers and rates soaring during the COVID era, it was only a matter of time till the bubble burst. Some CEOs saw this coming much sooner and others caught on far too late. We know tough calls need to be made so other games thrive. A company is within their rights to do these measures, of course, but if you have been counting, we are well over 5,000 layoffs in game development this year. That's already over 50% of last year's total. Amid the layoffs announced in this episode, Microsoft has already decided to cancel an upcoming Blizzard title they announced publicly in 2022 after over 6 years in development. Apparently, it was supposed to be very fun, but was still years away from release. The game was codenamed Odyssey, and subsequently, many of the team were informed they were to be let go, others to be shifted into other developments after what we've seen in this episode so far. The team had over 100 people develop it as Blizzard made a big investment into Odyssey. In a statement to Bloomberg, Blizzard spokesman Andrew Reynolds said that the game's development had ended as part of a focus on projects that hold the most promise for future growth, and that the company would move some of the people on the team to one of several exciting new projects Blizzard has in the early stages of development. It was conceived as a survival game like Minecraft and Rust, and despite the additional resources, the project struggled largely due to technical issues surrounding the engine known as Synapse, an internal engine the company had originally developed for mobile games. They prototyped the game originally on Unreal Engine, but executives decided to switch it, citing that it didn't support their ambitions for vast maps supporting up to 100 players at once. Blizzard spokesman Andrew Reynolds also mentioned that as difficult as making these decisions are, experimentation and risk-taking are part of Blizzard's history and the creative process. Ideas make their way into other games or in some cases become games of their own. Starting something completely new is among the hardest things to do in gaming, and we're immensely grateful to all of the talented people who supported the project. This is not the first game nor the last game to be cancelled, people, after a lot of time and money have been put into it, but it could have been one hell of a journey. We have seen this even within Blizzard with StarCraft Ghost and the ambitious MMO codenamed Titan, which famously led to development of Overwatch. Let's see what a more refocused Blizzard looks like now under Microsoft. Palworld had its early release on January 18th on Steam and quickly sold 5 million copies in just 72 hours and took second place as the most simultaneous plays on Steam with over 1.5 million concurrent players. 6 days in and the game has over 8 million sales on Steam. I've put around 12 hours into the game on my stream and overall having a blast despite noticeable issues. It is early access overall, but the Pocket Pair developers have released a roadmap for what they are focusing on next and are releasing patches dealing with serious issues often. The game has been dubbed Pokemon with Guns, or the alleged AI Pokemon dupe. And with titles like that and big sales numbers like those, you know someone is gunning for this game, and that someone is Game Freak, backed by the big angry mama Nintendo. I mean, both Game Freak and Nintendo are known for being highly litigious when it comes to anything that resembles a copyright infringement, so this is in no way of any surprise to anyone here, but it's just too juicy not to report on, guys. And this possible copyright infringement claim got everything. A single college student with with no previous experience somehow designing the entire game, possible use of AI generative programs to aid said student, and a CEO that apparently brags about only caring if their products are popular rather than original. So first and least interesting, Game Freak and Nintendo are seeking advice and possible legal action for obvious reasons. These things look like a hell of a lot of Pokemon. Everyone wants a bit of that Pokemon pie with countless monster catcher games out on the market. Need we say more? However, one could say that these are purely inspiration and even intentional in design, so people who love Pokemon will easily pay out to play something similar to Pokemon. Okay, and now onto the more interesting and possibly more damning accusations if confirmed. Not only has the company been accused of having a single college student design the pals featured in the game, that is 111 different designs minimum right now, but the company might have also just then used AI to remodel anything that looked like a Pokemon to just look enough not like a Pokemon so they could not be sued, but enough that players will still think Pokemon with guns to basically steal from Game Freak shamelessly. At this point, things aren't stacking up in Pocket Pair's favour. However, we have to stress that all accusations of AI generative tools and blatantly copyright infringement by Palworld and Pocket Pair Inc. are 100% speculative. AI art is still an uproar in general, as it has stolen from artists in the past, which is their livelihood after all. We will keep a close eye on this and report back if anything good or bad comes from all of this. I, for one, am glad someone is making Nintendo cry a little, as they have been mishandling the Pokemon games for years at this point. Look at it this way, an indie developer puts out a decent game with multiple game genres packed into it at under $30, whereas Game Freak puts out a $70 game and paid DLC on top of it of easily their most buggiest Pokemon game ever, with performance issues up to this day. Pokemon deserves better, and maybe, just maybe, it will take a game like this to change their ways. Join me on my Twitch streams for more of this game and possibly more videos on YouTube. Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth is an RPG developed by Ryo Gotoku Studio. This is the 9th mainline entry to the series, and the game takes place in Hawaii, a series first for something overseas for the protagonists of Ichiban and Kazuma. The game employs turn-based combat, and each character has multiple jobs they can learn to grant them distinctive playstyles and perks. Are you ready to wield the Dragon of Dojima? Coming to PC and all consoles, bar the Switch, on January 26th. Tekken 8 is a fighting game on the iconic Tekken series and developed by Bandai Namco. It's been 9 years since the last mainline installment, yet takes place 6 months after the events of Tekken 7. The gameplay is your usual fighting head-to-head against an opponent, however, you are rewarded for being proactive and focuses on being aggressive. The game will introduce a new gameplay system called Heat that does additional damage and change up movesets. The game's storyline focuses on the final confrontation of Kazuya and Jin, father and son, to end the chaos from their lineage. Are you ready to bring on the heat? Coming to PC and all consoles, bar the Switch, on January 26th. Blaze Blue Entropy Effect is a 2D action roguelike action game developed by 91 Act. It was released globally in early access on Steam on August 16, 2023. A world where the real and the false are intertwined and dangerous, and explored deeply again and again. From a wharf to a dilapidated ruins to a laboratory, several worlds and styles are to be employed with multiple playable characters and unknown enemies and hidden stories. Are you ready for the baptism of battle? Coming to PC on January 31st. Grand Blue Fantasy Relink is a JRPG developed by Cygames as part of the Grand Blue Fantasy franchise. After multiple delays, this real-time combat with a party of 4 demands teamwork to make the dream work. Ooh. Solo or co-op, you band together to take down treacherous foes to enhance your gear. To link or relink? That is the question, I think. Coming to PC and PlayStation.
Before I go?
Oh, whoa, that's new. I gotta try this.
The remake of the beloved Persona 3 is on its way by the developers of Atlas. This is a core hybrid RPG game with social sim elements. You take on the role of a high school student returning home a decade after his parents were killed in a fatal car crash. Soon he gains the ability to summon a persona, a physical manifestation of his inner spirit, and joins a group called the Seas, a group of like-minded Persona users. Together they need to unravel the mystery of the Dark Hour and defeat shadows. Will we be seeing you? Persona 3 Reload is coming to PC and all consoles, bar the Switch, on February 2nd.
This is over.
Batman, Green Lantern, The Flash,
Superman, my Justice League will burn this earth down for me.
Flash, how do I stop this?
You have to kill us, Diana. We have to die to save the world.
Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League is an action shooter game developed by Rocksteady Studios and is a spin-off of the Batman Arkham series. The game follows 4 supervillains tasked to take out the brainwashed members of the Justice League. It features open-world design that allows players to freely roam Metropolis solo or with friends. After multiple delays and heavy criticism pointed at the game, it may be one to check reviews first. Rocksteady do excellent work, but this is a game coming late into this genre, plagued by so many bad games. Are you part of the squad? Coming to PC, PS5 and Xbox, February 2nd. And guys, that's it. That wraps up another episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was nice and informative and you got a little bit of value out of it as well. If you want to see more of me, please, of course, as always, feel free to press that subscribe button and that like button as well. That will share the video across the YouTube stratosphere. Until next time, guys, you stay sexy and I'll see you very, very, very soon. Sláinte.